Hey everybody, this is Peggy, and today I just want to show you this really cute card that I put together. At least I think it's cute. Using one of the new sets coming out June the 2nd called Sea Street. I don't do a lot of things around the water. I'm not a water person, but this little guy here was just too stinking cute. Now I'll tell you, I fussy cut it around his little legs, but I don't know that I'll do that again. That's some heavy-duty fussy cutting, but it was stinking cute for this card. So I'm not going to put the whole card together. I just want to show you how I did some of the parts. And, well, you know what? Let's just get started. I'm going to start by bringing in my stamping pad because I like that a lot. Now, I'm going to keep my card close by so I can show you the background here. I got from this new little paper pack. It's called Moonlight Design Series. And there are some really, look at that one. That's one of my favorites. But there's some, and it's two-sided, so I'll show you this side. And it has our new colors in there, the 2015 in colors. So there's that side. Loving it, loving it. Now let me flip it over and show you the back side. Check it out. So all of the new ink pads that just came out in our 2015 in color set are going to match these papers perfectly, which is why I purchased it. Alrighty, so there you go. Let's get through that real fast. There you go. Alright, so that's where I got this little piece right here. Then I took a piece of our white, our Whisper White, and to get my background to make it look kind of watery, that was my plan, I used Pool Party. Now I stamped off a couple of times actually to get it to look more like water. Let's see, I gotta find something to stamp off on. There we go. So I got that, and then to get that background I used my #1 right now as work of art. I'm telling you, this one I've about worn out, I think. I just keep using it and using it and using it. So I'm going to ink up my stamp pad, and I'm going to stamp it off once, and then I'm just going to start stamping. And I'm just going to do that all over my background. So I ink it up once, stamp it off, and then I just start stamping. And that gives me my background. I just wanted to kind of blot off some of that white and to make it look like it really was an underwater picture. Let's see if I can get any more off of it. I'm not sure what that is right there. I think I need just one more little dark spot up here. And I'm just turning it around different ways to fill it in. And that's all I did to get my background. Now you'll see this little spot right here. There must have been a little fuzzy left over from when I cleaned my ink pad. So that's alright. It just gives it a little texture. Then I brought in the new little stamp set, the Sea Street. And I first stamped my, well, of course I went ahead and I stamped, bring this back in here, I stamped him and cut him with using our Real Red. So now I'm going to go, and this is the only reason I bought this set to start with, was I love the little fish. And then the more I looked at it, I thought, oh, I love the octopus. And well, then there you go. You end up buying the thing because you liked it. So there you are. So here is the little stamp with all of the little fish. And I used one of the new ink colors called Lost Lagoon. I love this color. And so I just took my little fish and I stamped them just randomly. Because I didn't want them to be, you know, let's see, maybe I'll do one there, and I might make them look like they're further back. I didn't do that on the other one. So I just stamped them kind of random. Let me wipe that off real quick. I like to clean my ink pads right away, just because. Now, if I'm doing mixed media work, I have a whole nother set of stamps that I use for my mixed media because I usually don't clean those off. But because I use these in classes, I like to keep them clean, and there you are. Okay, so that was a Lost Lagoon, and that was our little fish. Then I used the little crab and the Real Red. Or no, this is the lobster. I'm sorry. Lobster. And I'm going to put one, I think, here. And then I'll put one over here. So it's kind of fun just building up your background with all of these different little stamps. I forgot to bring my wet wipes over, so I'm just kind of wiping these off dry. And then let's see, now I need the crab. And actually I thought of a real cute card that I'm going to do, excuse me, with a crab. When my hubby's being crabby, I'm going to just send him a note and say, excuse me, you are being crabby. So there's that little guy. Okay, so there's that. Now, do you see this right here? That's some of my leftover fish, and you need to wipe that off, because if you don't keep up with that, and say, for instance, you're stamping right on your card front, you will get that all over the back of your card, and then you will not be a happy camper. And I can speak from experience on that matter, because I've done it so many times, it drives myself crazy. Alright, so wipe that little guy off, and then I'm going to do the starfish. So what I liked about the set was that you had a lot of things you could do backgrounds with, which I love background stuff. So it actually turns out to be a pretty good set for me. Now, to do the little starfish, I'm going to be using our Hello Honey. And I'm going to get to that little flag in just a minute, and I'm just going to stamp those right there. That works. Alrighty. Now, this will be a perfect card, I think, for little boys, because, you know, they like to play pirates and this and that and the other. So, that's how I got my background. Super duper easy. Blah, 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 blah. And then bring this back in and show you. I cut a circle using our 2.5 inch, so that fits your octopus really well. And that background. Now, you're looking at this little doodad up here saying, what in the world is that? Well, first of all, let me tell you, here's the little stamp that you get to make the flag. And yes, I fussy cutted that. I colored it and then I fussy cutted it. And it's not fun to cut out either, because those are little tiny spots in there. And then I was at the store and I found these things called pixies. Now, I'm really into the straws. I love the straw. I bought, I don't know, 5 or 6 colors of the straws, but I haven't even used any yet. And then I found these. And as soon as I saw this color, they call it, what do they call this color? Pool something. Swimming pool. I thought, oh, that would go perfect with my Stampin' Up set called C Street. So, here's what I did. Let me bring this in a little bit so you can see. Alright, here we go. So, there it is, and I was a little upset my glue gun got a little carried away. I don't care. I stamped 2 of the little hooks there, and then I matched up the straw, and then I hot glued on the straw to the card, and then this. Now, you might want to put a little piece of the dimensionals under there so that they don't get crinkled when you put it in the card, but for this one I didn't. And I think actually I'm going to sit and pick until, because that's going to drive me crazy, that little, oh, PU stink. I just don't like that. I'm going to have to re-glue. See, I just didn't like that big goober. So I'll re-glue that off camera. But you get the idea. Let me back out again so you can get a better view. So the 2 little hooks were holding it. And then on the inside, I'm probably just going to stamp my sentiment. I don't think I'll stamp any words on the outside because it's a pretty busy card. So I mounted it on the red, mounted it on a white A2 size card, and called it a card. How stinking simple was that? I love creating backgrounds. I know you can buy printed paper, but this is just so much fun, and it's unique. Nobody will ever have one like it unless you make 2, like I'm going to. Alright, well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll run the numbers to these stamp sets and ink pads across the bottom for you. You can pick these up starting June the 2nd. I'm happy to let you use my website. You can order them right from there. And if you need a catalog, send me a little blurb and I'll get you one. Alright, you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.